You're watching the 2022 Men's Under-21 World Lacrosse Championship on ESPN+. From Limerick, Ireland, the long-awaited tournament concludes day one with the host country, Ireland, taking the field, facing Germany in a Group C matchup. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Ireland midfielder Connor Foley is coming into his own as a player. He was UMass Lowell's leading scorer this spring with 39 points. He'll be a two-way midfielder, good vision to pass off the dodge. He's from Walpole, Massachusetts. His grandparents come from nearby Clare and Galway counties. For Germany, Winton Bastion was born in California but spent part of his childhood in Germany where his parents are from. He'll be a senior at Providence, a lefty midfielder expected to play major minutes and to initiate up top, and they want him to be very assertive. Ireland had to wait an extra long time to host this championship. They take the field for the first time, facing Germany next on ESPN+. 82 degrees and very humid on an early evening game here from Limerick, Ireland. Germany in the black on black, white on white for host Ireland. Adrian Appel to face off for Germany. And Finnegan Daly, the face-off man from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts for Ireland. Daly wins the first one cleanly. And Ireland to work. So this version of Ireland has had 5 practices together, and then they played 3 mini scrimmages, 30 minutes apiece on Monday against Hong Kong, China, and Canada. And then they spent this last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, in Dublin doing a mini training camp, pair of two-a-days, where Ireland turns it over. Here comes Germany. And in their DNA is pushing transition lacrosse, but they turn it over, and here comes Ireland. The takeaway by Michael Songer, a late addition. His older brother Jack is on the team. They're both from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and he is going into his senior year at high school. As Songer takes it in, the save is made, but then the follow is put in. Len Oswald in goal, and Ireland finishes off the transition. The cause turnover from Michael Songer. Well, this was Songer that saw the opportunity. And then the goal put in. That's Liam Horkin with the goal. 6'4" midfielder from Malden, Massachusetts. He'll be a freshman at Connecticut College coming up in the fall. So a pair of teenagers making big plays for Ireland. Horkin can trace his Irish lineage back through his paternal grandparents, who are from counties Mayo and counties Cork. Finnegan rakes the second face-off over to his wingman, Jack Galvin of Yarmouth-Port, Massachusetts, off the Cape. And Ireland with Ridley Horton, a Canadian native with Irish roots, as he puts it on a bounce here to Kevin Somerville, and Ireland to get to work offensively. The attack for head coach Tom Pryor, who's been with Ireland since 2002 in a variety of capacities. Native of Yonkers, New York himself. Aidan Dempsey, Jack Songer, Connor Foley on the attack. The midfield with Jack Doherty, Liam Horkin, Len Oswald, 19-year-old in goal for Germany, comes up with it. And his outlet pass. And then a big hit put on by Ireland. That's Jack Doherty that erases the German clear. Let's have a look at that, and that jars the ball out of bounds. And the third middy, Sean Loftus, getting the start for Ireland. For Germany, in front of Len Oswald, very young and inexperienced on the defense. High schoolers Benjamin Grimm, Marius Boots. High school class of 22s that just finished up, as well as 18-year-old Benno Vent. Jack Songer. Germany defensively under defensive coordinator Maximilian Bieber, who played for Germany, as well as offensive coordinator Marek Beck. Under head coach Pete DeSantis, both coming up through the German senior national teams and U19 teams. As that shot goes wide, back up for Ireland with Sean Loftus, the shooter. And McLean, Virginia. He'll be on the club team at the University of Tennessee coming up in the fall. This is Connor Foley. As Foley swings it in front, could not get the shot through. Ball recovered by Germany defensively. So a nice pickup came from Marius Boots. No shot clock in the international game. So teams can take their time. The clock is continuous, except for the final 30 seconds of the first 3 quarters and the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. Ireland trying to apply some pressure, and Germany will go across here to Benjamin Grimm. He brings the physicality to the German D. Len Oswald. As Oswald's pass could not be brought in, as Germany scrambles to try to complete that clear. We'll get a whistle and a push called against Germany. So a couple of failed clears. Germany arriving here on Monday, did not scrimmage anybody since they've arrived here on Sunday. They scrimmaged kind of a skeleton bunch of their senior men's national team. But Germany under coach Pete DeSantis, they have been building this team since the end of the European Championships, going back to the final week of August in 2019. Germany took home the silver medal in the 2019 Euros, where they lost a heartbreaker in Prague, Czech Republic, losing to England 9-8 in overtime. where they blew a 5-2 lead at the end of one quarter. 6 players from that roster are here. That feed deflected. Loftus couldn't handle it for Ireland, and as Germany pushes it forward, and a tough ground ball for Germany. And Ireland stepping up their physicality. That was Anton Vesa that came up with a tough ground ball for Germany, but Ireland recovers it back. So Connor Foley, off that outstanding season at UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell going through a coaching change. He put himself into the NCAA transfer portal, and now he is transferred to UMass, where he'll spend perhaps his next 2 years. He's a senior with 2 years of eligibility. And Ireland has now caused 3 early turnovers just about midway through this first quarter. Sean Loftus has the short stick as his feed that came into the crease looking for Liam Horkin. Ball on the ground, and Ireland again will keep it. A bit unsettled here. Skip comes over the top, turning and shooting, and Oswald shuts down the shooter. Len Oswald the save on Aiden Dempsey. Here comes Germany. And the Germans with a 4-on-3. Down low it comes, tic-tac-toe! Off the feed to Felix Kins. Great passing. Lasse Volkwartsen found him. Felix Kins has had a busy summer. Just finished up playing for Germany at the World Game 6s down in Birmingham, Alabama in early July. Playing with his older brother Lucas Kins, who played for Germany in 2016 in the U19 championships. And he's considered perhaps their best shooter. So Kins ties up the game. And Germany on their very first shot after a series of turnovers. And this ball will be picked up by Benjamin Grimm. And here's Volkwartsen. It's Lasse Volkwartsen, the attack man at X, with Felix Kins and Felix Michelfeit, the starting attack. Louis Stetzka, Winton Bastian, Anton Vesa, the first midfield for Germany. And goal for Ireland, Joe Walsh, who'll be a junior at Colgate, a native of Coronado, California. Songer forces the ball out again for Ireland. And Michael Songer, who's been impactful early in this game. The ground ball for the Irish, and they'll play through Joe Walsh. Fionn Kinsella got the pass ahead for Connor Foley. Tied at 1, Germany has had the ball for perhaps one true possession, if that. The journey for Ireland has been an arduous one. Going back to the spring of 2019 when Tom Pryor was able to identify players in a camp in the New York area. That led to another selection camp inviting 30 players right here to the University of Limerick to this field in August of 2019, expecting to play the very next summer. Sweep across came from Ben Collins. Feed in tight, and again Oswald the save, and the rebound, it was there. Germany will come up with a ground ball. Benno Wendt. As Ireland forced it free, and Oswald, an early story for Germany. 5'8", 19-year-old goalie is a co-captain, awarded the terrific and new Jack Cayley Scholarship that Germany will be handing out moving forward. He's already made 5 saves in the opening quarter. Smallish at about 5'8", but just graduated high school and a big leader on and off the field for Germany. And the Germans finally a chance to run some settled offense as Winton Bastian We'll wait through substitutions to come through. Bastian had the short stick as he whips it behind for Appel. Volkwartsen. Colin Herman on for the first time. A very athletic righty Dodger, but then his pass off the stick of his teammate and an unforced turnover by Germany. Walsh quickly rifles that ahead here for Ridley Horton. Offsides called against Ireland. And this is some of the inexperience showing here for the Irish. And that game experience, a lot of college talent over from the NCAAs in the U.S. They added 4 new players just through the June tryout that they were able to hold. And just compared from the roster that was set in July of 2020, as with many countries, it's looked a lot different. That pass away from Felix Kins, and then Kins pushed off possession by Matt Loftus, starting defender for Ireland, and the pickup from Walsh. So Germany struggling with turnovers here. And talking to Pete DeSantis, who is born in Detroit, raised in Pittsburgh, and now has lived the last 12 years in Germany teaching English and coaching lacrosse. Composure today against a team in Ireland that has a lot of lacrosse experience, but not necessarily have been playing together. And how will his team handle that? But here, Ireland turns it over themselves. As the loose ball collected by Vent. And with under 2 minutes left, Germany will look for the clear and a chance to take their first lead. Germany has been together, as I touched on, for a long time. They had a 40-man roster in the fall of 21. Getting together very often since big camp over Easter break. From the wing, and that sneaks through Walsh. Lasse Volkwartsen beating him to the short side, and Germany leads. Volkwartsen, not a whole lot of room to shoot through between a defender and then Walsh sitting there on that near pipe. But Lasse, someone that is a member of the 1880 Frankfurt Lacrosse Club that won the German National League. And if there were awards, he'd be considered first team all-league. Is a high school class of 22 graduate. And as Pete DeSantis has talked about, he is a coach's dream, a true two-handed player that Germany hopes and looks for the future. And he provides a great preview. So as Germany leads, the ground ball from Aiden Dempsey off the faceoff. Short time for the Irish. Connor Foley. Foley with 6. The drop off the shot, Oswald, another save. Germany, the ground ball. And that's it for the first quarter. Len Oswald, a big story for the Germans. 6 first quarter saves. Germany, not a whole lot of time on the attack, but they've paid it off with a pair of goals. They've got the lead over host Ireland at the end of 1 on ESPN+. Germany has been outshot by Ireland 10-2, but both shots have counted. 2-1 Germany as we start the second quarter here from Limerick, Ireland. Ralph Bednarczyk back with you. Germany has barely had the ball, but a transition goal from Felix Kins. Lasse Volkwartsen on the assist, and then Volkwartsen unassisted. And that's where we stand as Appel duels with Finnegan Daly of Ireland, and Daly is able to win it to his wing, and Fionn Kinsella. As Appel had broke up the next pass. Ball on the ground, and Germany with Benjamin Grimm coming up with it. He has it trail checked away. Connor Foley eventually has it, and Ireland to work 6-on-6. Len Oswald in goal for Germany. Now officially up to 7 stops, and he has been the great story so far. Talking to Pete DeSantis about him, now he's the most technically sound goalie Germany has ever had. And he has seen good shots. We'll see how Ireland may adjust. This is Kevin Somerville. He plays at Colorado College. That's Aiden Dempsey, out Division III, Ohio Northern. Somerville, known as a big bull dodger, shows it there as he ran through a pretty big guy himself in Appel. Now Jack Songer has the D-midi. Songer trying to roll back. Fine defense from Niels Kappeler. As that shot from up top, 15-yard look from Jack Doherty. Dempsey, and there's pipe for Ireland. The shot from Kevin Somerville, but the rebound is put in. Ireland ties things up. Jack Doherty is there. 2-2. Well, that long rebound, and Doherty did not waste a motion. He'll be a sophomore at Division III Skidmore College in upstate New York. He's from Garden City, and one of the name brand towns of lacrosse in the world, not just Long Island. Joined the team and made it through a tryout in June of 22. And notable about Jack Doherty, he's out of Chaminade High School, playing there for Coach Jack Moran, the nephew of the late, great Richie Moran. And how great it is that Ireland is able to host this U21 championship. It was among the dreams for Richie Moran to have it here, and he was very much involved in the early initial stages, the idea, the planning of it, as Germany calls the timeout. And fitting that we can discuss Richie Moran a lot more. As Richie Moran used to say, it's great to be here, and it certainly is for me and everybody who have waited an extra 2 years for this U21 World Championship to take place. Rebranded up to U21 to give all the athletes that were scheduled to play in July of 2020 before the pandemic struck, and postpone that to 2021, and then having it postponed a second time to 2022. World Lacrosse, in conjunction with all the coaches and nations, decided to make it be a one-time U21 tournament, and then moving forward, this will be a U20 tournament, up one age from U19, the way the first 8 versions of it was. And Richie Moran was very involved in the early stages of Ireland lacrosse in the modern era. And great friends with Tom Pryor, and certainly his name was mentioned at the earlier opening ceremonies that concluded about 2 hours before this game began. Richie Moran was the head coach in Perth, Australia for the Irish senior national team, the same in 2006. A Hall of Fame tenure Richie Moran had coaching at Cornell from 1969 to 97. So Germany out of the timeout. They preserve possession. On the drive, left alley, Germany back in front. Winton Bastion able to turn the corner. Bastion able to get to his strong left hand. And that's now 3 for 3 shooting for the Germans. Germany not mincing words about his role. They need him to score goals. A very good shot on the run that we saw that there. And he's been a part of the German national program for years. He flies over when available. And credit to the Providence coaching staff. Former head coach now, Chris Gabrielli, was very generous with his availability. Winton Bastion's goal is to play for the German senior national team someday. As off the face-off, it'll be decided well off the wings. And Ireland wins this scrap. So it's Kinsella, Annapolis, Maryland product. Then the step-down shot in transition. And that's a good look for Foley. Backup belongs for Ireland. The face-offs are now 5 of 7 for the Irish. And now timeout taken by Ireland. Germany 3-2 here, early second quarter. And part of the long path to get to this point, the first thought of hosting at the time was a U19 World Championship. Tom Pryor mentioned was probably 2007, that long ago to today. You're talking a 15-year idea to execution. And as the great folks that I've got to meet here from the Irish Lacrosse Federation, and particularly not just Tom Pryor, but President Michael Kennedy, to put this all together. As we take a look at the Winton Bastion goal. As Bastion got around the chop check and able to beat Joe Walsh. They went over to Turku, Finland in the summer of 2012 when Finland hosted, and they got a lot more further details, sat in on the meetings, and really put together, can we get a bid together? What does that look like? And Ireland finally in 2015 put together a bid, and they were awarded the 2020 U19 World Championship just ahead of the 2016 tournament, which took place in British Columbia. So 6 years to put together the bid and all the knowledge and know-how that is necessary to do that, to fit the standards that World Lacrosse and at the time the FIL was asking for. And here we are at the University of Limerick. Out of the timeout, and again Oswald makes the save on the step down on Aiden Dempsey. He threw a strike on the clear, but in and out of a German stick, and it is Dempsey that comes up with it. So Germany's failed clears right now is among the key themes, that they cling to a 3-2 lead over the host country, Ireland. Here's Ronan Walsh on for the first time. But a great story, Ronan from Woodinville, Washington. His family is putting together a large family reunion here during this tournament as Dempsey misses wide there. It's the first time his family that is still living in Ireland has ever seen him play. His parents are from Dublin, and the Walsh family has in the vicinity of about 40 people here for this family reunion / lacrosse championship. Great story. A push without possession against Germany, so Ireland keeps it. Ronan Walsh will be a junior playing on the club team at Chapman College in California. And this skip pass between a couple of Irish players from Connor Foley, and Ireland turns it over. So Germany looking for the clear from perhaps one of their top D-minis, Mahmoudou Mia. He gets the job done, and Germany on the attack with Oliver Spey. Spey, just 17 years old, on the right alley dodge. And the physicality of Ireland's defenders showing itself there. Starting low D, Brady Morin, Matt Loftus, Patrick McKee. As we have a whistle from one of our 3 officials on the field. And I think an equipment issue that they've noticed, something with Oliver Spey. So Germany keeps it. Adrian Appel. From the outside, and that's an ambitious shot. That came from Bastian from 15 out. So Felix Kins. Spey. Off the hitch, then trying to get to his right hand. And Oliver Spey draws a flag against Ireland. A 30-second push with possession against Ireland. Germany man up. Bastian turned down the look. Anton Vessa. Bastian again, goal line extended. Kins. Final seconds of the man up. And Vessa cannot handle the pass. And we are all even. And now the player from Ireland coming onto the field, Fionn Kinsella, loses his helmet in a shoulder-to-shoulder check. So that prompts the whistle. Kinsella is going to be a high school senior at the Severn School in Maryland, and a commitment to Division III power Gettysburg. So it was Kinsella playing the ball without a helmet, i.e. playing without a stick. But then a call also against Germany. So we have offsetting fouls. So we're going to have the very rare, in essence, throw or a face-off on the side. This is what we see in the women's game as a ball toss, but very rare to see the face-off here. So Adrian Appel will go down and take the draw for Germany against Daly. As Appel is able to rake it to himself. And this is a very good timeout by Germany. So Pete DeSantis able to steal a possession, and Germany continues to nurse along this 3-2 lead. So as Germany gathers together, their history here at the junior level goes back to 2003. They finished last in the very first tournament, but they've been in all of them since. And Pete DeSantis had a vision about moving here 12 years ago to be the head coach of the Hamburg Warriors after 1 year as an assistant. He's been the head coach there since 2011. and trying to raise the game in Germany where there is the National League, and now trying to build it at the youth level. Germany, prior to this taking place in the Berlin Open in June, used to be one of Europe's big tournaments, and they played as a U19 team against older players. That's an adult league. Easter training camp, 2.5 days in Nuremberg, and they had their entire roster together. And then the vast majority of these players all play in that German National League. So they've been together or playing lacrosse a lot. As the sun begins to set for this late afternoon, 82 degrees in the opening face-off, but 38% humidity. There was a question whether or not we may have a water break for this game, and that was eventually waved off, but the heat is going to be a factor. This is Vesa on the dodge, and he could not get the shot off. Late challenging check coming from Matt Loftus to prevent the shot. Patrick McKee will feather the pass through here for Jack Galvin. And Ireland gets the stop. Shots are 16-4 Ireland, but Len Oswald is up to 9 first-half saves. Foley has tried to get his game going. Connor Foley, and his shot off target. Coming out to challenge, Len Oswald stepping forward. Oswald was the goalie on that Frankfurt National Championship team and was the starter 3 years ago, or rather actually he was on the roster but was the backup in 2019. So as Germany gets it back, under 5 minutes left, first half. The United States earlier today able to hold off Canada 7-5 in the showcase game to open up the tournament. Then the Haudenosaunee, big winners over England. Those are both Pool A results. And this is the last game of the day. Volkwartson, feed to the front, and it never got through. Walsh is up with it. He had a man inside in Ferdinand Roda, ready to shoot, but it appeared like it never quite got through cleanly. So here's Jack Galvin. Doherty as he swung through the check, got it down low to the crease. Aiden Dempsey. Doherty on the dish, and we're tied at 3. Aiden Dempsey from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's 20 years old, majoring in civil engineering at Ohio Northern. And he was one of the players on this Irish team that was on the U19 squad in 2019, named to the all-tournament team that year. And at Ohio Northern, solid player, their 4th leading scorer with 21 and 7 at St. John's College Prep just outside of Washington, D.C. Face off to Ireland and Jack Galvin. And Galvin lost it. Marius Butts off the wing, forced it free for Germany. And Germany with a tough ground ball. They come up with the takeaway. And Germany, they love to push transition. Benjamin Grimm. Then Grimm's pass telegraphed it. Patrick McKee steps into the passing lane as Walsh eventually rolls it along. And then that pass out of the reach of McKee, and Ireland with another forced turnover. Vesa to work. Vesa, one of 6 players back for Germany from that 2019 roster. Bastian. Mickelfight. Felix Mickelfight gives Germany the lead back. Mickelfight going up into the air for this one. One of the big surprises in this German junior national team, originally from the Bavarian region, and he is studying medicine right now in Hamburg, working as an EMT. His goal is to go to med school. And plays for the Hamburg Warriors and for his German U21 national team coach, Pete DeSantis, there. The clock will stop on any whistle under 30 seconds. Kinsella has it. Sean Loftus out of the box as he tries to bull dodge his way through. Ireland does have a timeout remaining. They'll take it here with 8.7 left. Well, the challenge that Tom Pryor talked about is we have so many guys that just don't know one another. Very little time playing with each other. They have 6 guys back themselves from the 2019 Euros. And the hope that this tournament gets going early, where they have 3 attackmen in Jack Songer, Aiden Dempsey, and then we'll eventually see Aiden Kearns at some point. That was the starting attack for Ireland 3 years ago. And can they build off of that chemistry that those few players have, as this shot well wide by Sean Loftus, and then eventually incorporate talented midfielders like Connor Foley and Liam Horkham. The opportunities have been there as they have outshot Germany by a wide margin. Shots are now 18-7 Ireland. So Aiden Dempsey to initiate. They look to set a screen for Foley, was not there. Connor Foley to circle with 2. Feet up top, Loftus' shot. That's it for the first half. Germany gets a stop, and they've got the lead at the half over the host country, Ireland. Len Oswald on the defense celebrate his 9 first-half saves, a big story. And Germany leads Ireland 4-3 at halftime. We're coming back to show you first-half highlights and talk first-half statistics from Limerick, Ireland on ESPN+. Here from Limerick, Ireland, Germany with the 4-3 halftime lead over the Irish. Ralph Bednarczyk back with you as we take a look at our first half highlights. Germany had the overwhelming amount of possession time. They caused a turnover. Liam Horkin would find the ball on a rebound to make it 1-0. But then, first time Germany had the ball, quick transition. Lasse Volkwartsen feeding Felix Kins. And then Volkwartsen able to take one step further up GLE. 2-1 Germany at the end of one. Second quarter action, this shot by Aiden Dempsey would hit the pipe, but look at Jack Doherty. Opportunistic there, buries the long rebound, and it would be 2-2. Winton Bastion here off the face dodge, got to his strong left hand, 3-2 Germany. And then after a 3-3 game, Felix Mickelfight able to dodge and little half jump shot. That's where we stand, 4-3 Germany with the lead. Despite 19-6 in shots against them, face-offs 7 out of 10 for Ireland's Finnegan Daly. 4-3 is our halftime score. We're coming back with more here to Ireland on ESPN+.
Second half, beautiful shot again.
Just happy to be a part of it right now for all the younger generations and hopefully pave the way for them so little girls younger than me can become Olympians.
It's coming. The world is coming to San Diego. 30 nations, 30 teams. Only one will be crowned world champion. There's nothing like playing for your country. This is the pinnacle of sport. Be here as legacies are forged and history is made.
Germany leading Ireland 4-3 here from Limerick. On this very first day of the men's under-21 World Lacrosse Championship. It's been a long time coming to get this tournament here. 6 years in the making since it was announced. But Ireland with great lacrosse history that dates back to the early 1900s. Then it disappeared for a while, eventually reappearing into the 1980s, both on the women's and men's side. The men's team first competed at the World Championships in 2002 in Australia, and now have the opportunity and the privilege to host these World Championships. 4-3 Germany at the half. Third quarter is coming up on ESPN+.
Have you booked that trip to Ireland yet?
press the green button and visit the island of Ireland. See Ireland.com.
Fasten your seatbelt.
The game you've always loved just found a new gear.
Introducing World Lacrosse Sixes.
It's speed and scoring,
Tempo and transition.
athleticism and action.
It's big-time energy packed onto a smaller playing surface.
It's the game you've always loved, brought to you at warp speed.
It's lacrosse on the Autobahn.
Don't blink. This is World Lacrosse Sixes.
So Germany with the 4-3 advantage to start the third quarter. Here's Pete DeSantis. He's wearing his hometown Detroit Tigers hat, or I think it's actually Detroit Red Wings hat, upon a closer look. Gifts from his parents to himself, along with assistant coaches Maxi Bieber, Marek Beck. So a very cool little touch there. Pete DeSantis went to Seton Hill, a Division II program in Pennsylvania, as a Pittsburgh guy. He was a graduate assistant there for 4 years and was looking to be an assistant coach somewhere, but the Hamburg Warriors, with a fully paid position, offered it. And he has been living and coaching in Germany ever since the last 12 years. And his team has the lead over Ireland 4-3. Finnegan Daly has taken 7 out of 10 face-offs so far against Adrian Appel. Appel, clean face-off win from Daly. Germany was able to turn over, rather Ireland was able to turn over Germany very consistently. That was mainly in the clear. And we'll see if Germany can play with more composure as this second half gets going. But they've got 4 goals on 6 shots. There's a good double team, and coming out of goal, Joe Walsh. So another turnover caused by Ireland. As Brady Morin throws it ahead. And Ireland to work. And for head coach Tom Pryor and offensive coordinator Clancy Almas, he's got a box lacrosse background where he's worked with the Irish men's indoor national team. Clancy Almas works as an auto technician in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And we'll see if they go to a little bit more 2v2. The looks have been there for Ireland. Kevin Somerville, big bulldozer. One hand grab behind by Connor Foley. And his feed coming through, taken away by Germany. Winton Bastion. And Michelfeit will hold it up. Germany's gotten 1 goal in transition. And part of the identity that they want to play at Germany, they want to play fast, fast, fast. Get out defensively and take risks. Thought it was well put by defensive coordinator Maxie Bieber. They believe in confrontation on the defensive end. Here's confrontation on Anton Vesa. Off the double team, he's stripped, and the takeaway by Kinsella. And Kinsella does his job well. And Ireland back to work. Here is Ben Collins, the lone player off this Irish national team that is not from the U.S. He's from Manchester in England, 22 years old. He has played for Irish club teams growing up. The feed from Sean Loftus, backed up behind, coming out in front, Foley! Connor Foley, able to speed his way through the front. Great burst from Connor Foley. UMass Lowell's leading scorer this year with 29 goals, 10 assists. And he set a program record for shots taken in a season. That was only a 13-game season at that. And he's been a 3-year starter at Mass Lowell. And headed to UMass now via transfer to play for Greg Cannella. Galvin off the wing as another face-off win for Ireland. Ireland led 1-0, and we've been back and forth since. That feed across, touched in! Wow, one hands, that's Michael Songer. And Ireland leads for the first time since that 1-0 advantage. Dempsey on the feed, and that is a pole showing great hands and a quick stick. Well, Michael Songer plays for DC Express Black back in the U.S. Before the tryouts in June, he was going to be a guy that just came to Ireland to watch his older brother Jack Songer play and be in the stands. And now after Ireland's roster got pared down a little bit, they had to reopen tryouts in June. He tagged along with his brother and played. Now he's on the field and making a big impact. Ireland works it around once, and now Liam Horkin to work. Horkin steps into the shot. The first time we've had a 2-goal lead in this game. 6-4 Ireland. So Horkin with 2, just 18 years old at a Belmont Hill High School, graduating this June from Malden, Massachusetts. And his Irish lineage goes back through Mayo and Cork counties in Ireland. And Liam also a big game playing in the inaugural ISAL MIAA Massachusetts All-Star game. 4 goals in July in that one. As part of the lead up here to this World Championship as Germany comes up with a face-off win. And the handle from their pole in Leon Bohm. Colin Herman speeds past Galvin, the D-mini. Mikkel Fight didn't like his angle. Bastian, he draws the pole, and Michael Songer. Herman, an ultra-confident 18-year-old, big piece of the future for Germany, and they hope to see him blossom this week. Bastian forced to his right hand, easy save, Walsh. Clearing pass overthrown, and Germany with Marius Butz up with it. Germany a chance to push transition again. Wave it off. We get a moving screen called against Germany as they started a little secondary break. Dempsey to work against Benjamin Grimm. Big physical presence in Grimm and Butz. Foley, and the late trail check by Grimm. Got it on the ground. Dempsey the pickup for Ireland. A bit unsettled. Somerville came up with it. The skip by Sean Horkin. Here's room and time, and Oswald comes up with a save on Sean Loftus. Len Oswald able to step to it. He's up to 11 saves in this game. Here's another step down. Oswald, another save on Dempsey. On the pickup, the feed for Somerville is dropped. And Germany comes up with it with Vent. As he had it checked away, the chaos caused by Ireland as Foley got it down to Dempsey. So Jack Songer to settle. Sean Loftus to take on the D-mini. Loftus got the pass to Dempsey. A little flip pass with a flag coming out after the play. An unsportsmanlike penalty coming after the goal on Ireland. So the nice shovel pass thrown by Sean Loftus, a beauty to Aiden Dempsey. It's 7-4, but it'll wipe away the ensuing face-off. Second of the game for Dempsey, and we'll see if Germany takes advantage of the break. A 1-minute unsportsmanlike against Sean Horkin, who is a rising high school junior, class of 24, the younger brother of Liam Horkin. Volkwartson, here's room and time. That was Kins stepping into the shot. Felix Kins, one that Germany would like to get a lot of looks for like that. He, along with the goalie Len Oswald, two of the 6 players, junior players from Germany, as this shot wide by Bastian, that were awarded the Jack Cayley Scholarship in honor of a great man, Jack Cayley, longtime head coach, starting the program at Division II New York Tech in New York. He passed away just about a year ago, and they started a new scholarship in his memory. Shot save made by Walsh on Volkwartson from up high. Jack Cayley spent many years as the German national team coach and instilled a lot of terrific qualities that still exist with this next coaching staff as Bastian's shot is wide. The defensive coordinator, Maxi Bieber, played for Jack Cayley. So did the offensive coordinator, Monik Beck, teaching them a complete, full-field, aggressive, swarming style of play that's become German lacrosse DNA. With the man up having concluded, the shot blocked, and Walsh has it. So Germany getting 3 good looks on the man up. And Ireland comes the other way. Transition opportunity, Dempsey twirls and scores. Three goals for Aidan Dempsey, and Ireland starting to separate. So a critical sequence in this game. The 1 minute unsportsmanlike leading to the man up. For a minute for Germany, they do not score. And on the very next stop, Ireland scores in transition. And on the other end, Joe Walsh now up to 5 saves. And Daly, another clean win. (10 out of 15 for Daly. As Grimm checks the ball free from Loftus. And the loose ball push called against Ireland. Half minute to go, third quarter. Boots. Short time for Oliver Spey. Winton Bastian. Bastian, the rollback left, and the sweep left, and one more save for Walsh as he heaves it ahead to close out the third quarter. Joe Walsh backboning the defense. And Germany able to put together a run. They score 4 of the 5 goals in the quarter and take an 8-4 lead with them into the fourth on ESPN+. Ireland scores all 5 goals in the third quarter. And they turn a 4-3 deficit against them into an 8-4 advantage as we start the fourth quarter tonight from the University of Limerick in Ireland. This is a very sports-centric university here. They host tons of events, tons of local college intramurals and national events, and a perfect fit for these under-21 championships. Ireland with another face-off win, so that's now 11 out of 16 for the unit led by Finnegan Daly. Daly's going to be a sophomore at Tulane University in New Orleans, where he plays club lacrosse. Here's Joe Walsh off the face dodge. Nicely done, got it to Jack Galvin. Ireland the clear. Galvin down low, it comes Dempsey, continues to feast. Four for the game and 3 straight for Aiden Dempsey. Galvin on the dish. You'd love to give a hockey assist to Joe Walsh, who helped with the clear. Tom Pryor points out the great awareness that Aiden Dempsey has, 5'10", 190. High school and club teammates with Jack Songer in the Maryland area, playing for MDX Revolution. And the Dempseys, his dad's side of the family, down to his grandmother, aunts, and cousins, all come from nearby Galway County. Face-off win, Germany. Meikle fight behind. Joe Walsh credited with 3 saves in the third quarter. And Germany also a big factor, 3 shots during a 1-minute man up when the score was 7-4 against them. And they did not score, and then on the very final stop by Walsh, Ireland was able to score in transition. And this is a high pass out of the reach of Oliver Spey. That pass with a full 10-man ride on, and that shot just wide by Fionn Kinsella. So he noticed Len Oswald starting to cheat out and cover an adjacent attackman. Foley turns the corner again. Well, Germany extending defensively. And Connor Foley noticing the defender a little bit out of position. He shoots the gap and he shoots the score. 10-4 Germany. A 7-goal run from Ireland. And now they have separated from the Germans 10-4. Timeout, Germany. Second of the game for Connor Foley. Ireland appearing in just its 2nd Junior World Championship. They finished 7th in 2016, held in British Columbia. Half the roster in 2016 was homegrown, including the starting goalie, John McGay. But Ireland in particular, greatly affected by the pandemic. Talking to head coach Tom Pryor about how it's set up, they were looking like they were going to have about 4 homegrown players for this roster for 2020 had the tournament happened. but instead Ireland greatly affected by shutdowns. Their entire club lacrosse circuit was essentially shut down ever since. They barely got going this spring for the first time. Only 3 of their 7 or so teams were able to at least start playing a little bit. And it's a league that's been around a while, and it's a total rebuild right now. Tom Pryor, and when Richie Moran was in charge, they would go often to try to build youth, as we see Aiden Dempsey's day. This is the shovel pass from Loftus. That made it 7-4. And then the turn and feed and acrobatically avoiding the crease, 8-4 there. And then finishing off transition from Galvin. The 4-goal game for Aiden Dempsey. And meanwhile, Germany with 14 turnovers for the game. And that has been their largest undoing, along with the face-offs and Daly. These 2 teams in Pool C, Latvia and Jamaica, are the other 2 teams. As another face-off goes to Ireland. And I think both of those teams will be very interesting. Brian Silcott is the head coach of Jamaica. Certainly a notable name in the lacrosse world, while Latvia has been a country, as we've seen also on the women's side, that they have also greatly embraced the sport of lacrosse. Brian Silcott plays for the PLL. Been long involved in U.S. lacrosse and a great ambassador to the game. And I think Jamaica has a gem for a head coach. I hope to catch up with Brian Silcott at some point here during the tournament. Silcott was a major star and an All-American at Nazareth College. Here's a shot that is blocked, never got through to Oswald. Sean Loftus picks it up. Loftus then fires. That's off cage. And then Latvia, a team that is virtually all homegrown, and a sport that I think suits the Latvians quite well. On their women's side, the Lazda family, led by head coach Gretchen Lazda, her younger sister Rachel Lazda, cousin Jamie Lazda, all part of the hierarchy on the Latvian women's side. And the sport now climbing towards its first full generation having played it. Be very interested to see the Latvians play. There's also a heavy indoor box field to the Latvian junior team. Stop made by Oswald, then the follow-up dunked in. That is Foley that recovers it, and then Superman's across. Perhaps the goal of the day. Watch this rebound. And then dive to put it in. Oswald just for a moment out of position after making the initial save. And we get procedure called against Daly. So Appel gets a free win. Ireland has shut out Germany in this second half. Watkins moves it along. Step down, Volkwartson, save Walsh. As the rebound is chased by Morin. We get a whistle and then a late flag coming out. And this will go against Ireland. It'll be a 1-minute slash on Patrick McKee. So Germany to go man up for the second time. Then that ball is turned over. Germany a bit unsettled. And now they'll gather it back. Feed as they look to the crease. They had the cutting Volkwartson. Came to the wing. The skip. Then a step down. Save is made. Walsh has it. Winton Bastian, the shooter. That's a good look for Germany. Well, Walsh has seen the ball great in the second half. Ireland with Matt Loftus looking for the clear. Loftus, now a licensed pilot, wants to fly commercial airplanes and also a volunteer fireman. The Loftus boys from McLean, Virginia, with a timeout on the field. 5:48 remaining, and Ireland still in the midst of an 8-goal run after trailing 4-3 at halftime. So a wonderful turn of events for Ireland, and they've got a healthy cheering section here. And the opening ceremony that took place beforehand, what a venue here at the University of Limerick, where there are the 3 primary fields that the games are being played at, and then there's 2 other practice fields. So there is plenty of room for scrimmages to be taking place all yesterday and this morning. And things have been great, and in particular the proximities of where the majority of the athletes are staying. Nearby, there's a little athletes village that has a great Olympic feel to it, and that's what everybody's been so happy about, where you can have a 5-minute walk right to your field that you're playing at. On the other side of this University of Limerick, there's another little mini village the players stay at closer to the dining hall. Just a great setup. Jack Galvin steps in the box, and we are all even. So Germany 0 for 2, a pair of 1-minute man-ups. That pass on the run coming from Foley, knocked down. Germany pushes transition. Bastian, Meikle fight, and he dropped the pass. That was developing into a 4-on-3 break. Morin rakes it to himself, then shovels it in play. Nice play from Brady Morin of Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Morin redshirted this spring at now 2-time Division III reigning champion RIT. RIT this year under Coach Jay Kuhn went 22-1, winning the national championship over Union College. Morin lobs it behind. Dempsey with under 5 minutes left. Ireland has certainly settled down with their turnovers from the from the first half, and as you might expect with these players having just a total of 5 practices and 3 30-minute scrimmages under their belts, as Somerville had the pass handcuff him. And Germany has not been able to get out and run enough today. Stepping into the shot, Dempsey. He pings the pipe for his 5th, 12 for Ireland. Foley able to find him, and Aiden Dempsey's shooting has been something else. All of his goals today have been something a little bit different. And Dempsey 5 of 9 shooting for the game. Galvin face-off win. Foley down low, Sanger shot blocked. Rather, that's Ben Collins that has come on the attack. The only player based in the UK off this Irish team. Number 3 in white. And certainly while there are no homegrown players on this Ireland team, a lot of first-generation connections. Timeout by Ireland. 2:23 to play, and they are working on a second shutout of Germany. They've outshot Germany, last check of stats, 37-16. And I think Tom Pryor has seen the growth during the course of this first game that he would have hoped for. And they hope that the presence of these players today will inspire that next generation that they're hoping to rebound with. There are 4 divisions for the festival. It's a men's open division that has the most teams, and Ireland is also using a younger division for selection for their 2023 senior nationals, and then an NDP club, which is a national development program team that is going to be playing against some older players that they're going to use that are, I think those are U15 players here in Ireland. So they have hopes that this will never happen again, not to have any homegrown players. But they are certainly starting over for that next group, and Tom Pryor has put in so much work along with Richie Moran. Tom Pryor has come over along with the coordinators or officials here at the tournament named Dick Pepper. They've come over here to the University of Limerick, as well as high schools in the Cork area, to teach gym teachers the game of lacrosse so that they can pass it along to kids in PE classes at the high school and grammar school levels. As we need 2 minutes left, Germany's Len Oswald has made 14 saves, and he was particularly outstanding in the first half, making 9 of them then. But in the midst of this total rebuild, the University of Limerick being such a good fit, it is a physical education school, as they're teaching not just the current gym teachers or physical education instructors the sport at the University of Limerick, as a stall warning is on against Ireland to keep it in the box, and they throw it away. But they're also hoping that the domino effect happens, that the physical education teachers teach it to the current Limerick students, Germany to try to spoil the second half shutout that Ireland has put on them. And prior to the pandemic, there was around 75 16 and under kids playing lacrosse here in Ireland. So there was some groundwork laid. But they hope today is the start of a rebuild. Well, the shutout is spoiled. Winton Bastion makes it 12-5. That ends the 9-goal run by Germany. So Bastion with 2 to lead Germany today in the offensive end. Bastion this year at Providence played a significant role for the first time. He had a goal in a game against Georgetown, 14 games played, primarily playing second midfield, short stick D-mid, after playing in just 2 total games in his first 2 seasons. And his parents are German. He attended La Jolla Country Day in the San Diego area, Carlsbad, California. Ireland with an impressive second half pulls away from Germany, and they take their opener as the host country of the 2022 U21 Men's World Lacrosse Championship. They shut down Germany in the second half, and they take this one 12-5, the final. Aiden Dempsey, 5 goals to lead all players. Connor Foley chipping in 3 more. Germany will get a couple of days off before their next game. But they turn around this game in a big way after trailing 4-3 at halftime. Big second half from Joe Walsh in goal, while Germany will look to try to build off of that first half they played in their next games against Jamaica and Latvia. Coming up next tomorrow, 4 p.m. local time here in Europe, England taking on the U.S., followed by Australia taking on Canada. My name is Ralph Pinorchik saying so long and goodbye from Limerick, Ireland on ESPN+.